Hey guys, working on a Chevy Venture with one of these 3.4 engines that's basically in like every car in the world. So here we have the valve cover. In today's video, we're gonna put the valve covers on. I'll show you the process. And I mean, these are disgusting inside and out. So I will show you how to prep and clean these, how to change these little rubber things under the bolts here. So I'll show you that. And I'm also gonna install this fuel rail, and look how gross those look. So we're gonna clean that too in this video and install everything, put everything together in this video. So that's today's episode, guys. Okay guys, so the first thing you're gonna need is 2 new gaskets for the valve covers, and you're gonna need these valve cover grommets for under the bolts. So we got those. They actually came with our head gasket kit because we rebuilt a head gasket on this car. So if this video helps you, you can always go in the description and watch the other videos on doing the head gasket on it. I didn't want to make a super long video, so I got like videos in each little stage. Okay guys, so here they are, and I mean, as you can see, these are disgusting, and it would be honestly tough just to put a new gasket in without like sand and crap falling into the motor, because these are just filthy. So we're gonna clean these. So the first thing you gotta do is flip them upside down like this, and see right here you got little bolts. So we gotta unscrew all those. It's a T20, it looks like that, and you basically just unscrew these. So I'm gonna do that right now, guys. Okay, so those all came loose, no problem, because it's like an oily area, so they're not going to be corroded and break off on you. And I mean, you know, you might think, do I really need to do this? Well, yeah, you just got your whole top end rebuilt, and you don't want crap and sand going in there. This will only take you 10 minutes, so you might as well just do it right, and that way you're not going to have any oil leaks, nothing. Okay, I'm going to take these right out, guys. Okay, we got all the bolts out. They're all exactly the same on both of these, so you don't have to keep track of what goes where. See, and these just come off. There's no kind of filter, nothing. These are just there so oil doesn't go back into the breathers, right? Just like that. So you take it all apart, and then what you do is you take these old gaskets out. Those are garbage. Okay guys, so now that you got all this apart, you take some engine degreaser and you basically cake these things with it. Okay, so now we're just gonna let that sit like that for about 10 minutes. We sprayed everything super good, guys. Okay guys, it's been 10 minutes. What you're gonna need now is a pressure washer. If you don't have a pressure washer, that's no big deal. You can just go to one of those coin up washers, bring $5 and just wash those there. No big deal. Okay guys, so I mean, as you can see, this is 100 times better. They're nice and clean now. You know, they're not spotless perfect, but there's no sand, no corrosion, nothing. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how to get these out. They're right there. So you gotta pull these out. Okay guys, so you basically push on this bolt like this. You could even get some pliers and see, once you got it to that point, now you can get some pliers in here. There, we got the bolt out. Okay, so as you can see, these aren't easy to come out. So here, the metal part stayed, but the bolt came out. So now we're gonna grab another bolt like this, put it in here like that, and should be able to push on this to get this out. There we go. See, got it out. Okay, so I'm gonna get all of them out, and then I'll show you how to switch the rubbers. Okay guys, so here's another way to get these out. Get a nice small enough, it's gotta be just a little bit smaller than that metal part, right? Put it in. There we go. Okay, so I got them all out. So if there's any kind of little crap in there, just grab a screwdriver and see, like, get all that out. I mean, you could wash it again, but you don't really need to. It's good enough. Could also use a pipe cleaner like this. Okay, so some of them came out like this, some of them came out like this. So what you gotta do now is you take a knife. Don't cut yourself. If you do, it's your own fault. Haha. Okay. You cut this rubber thing off. See, just like that. So now, one side is a little bit bigger than the other side, if you can notice that on camera. So the bigger side is the upside. So now you grab your new rubber piece out of your kit, right? And then this will just slide in. So the thicker side up, see, like that. And this will just slide in, guys. There. So that's nice and fresh. Okay, now that you have this thing all brand new, you put a little bit of oil on it, like so. You put some oil on there, and now watch this. This will just pop right in there with the oil. Otherwise, there's no chance of getting it in. Boom, just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do that to all of these, and there's one more step, guys. We gotta get the bolt in. Also not very easy. So in order to get these in, you basically have to see on the sides of these, I don't know if it's easy to tell on camera here, but there's these little flat spots, see? So what you have to do is you have to put this in and you spin it, and you'll feel when they kind of pop in. See, like, watch. See, they just popped in. It's like, see, now they're out and then they pop in. So when you get them in there, that's when you push it in. There we go, guys. Okay, I'm gonna do all of these right now. And yes, like, this was all leaking oil. This van, when you drove it around, it smelled like oil at red lights because it was leaking oil on these. So that's why I'm doing all this, guys. I'm making this all nice so this van is nice and clean and not smelly anymore. Okay, guys, so we're super close now. Everything's in. These are nice and clean. So we took an air compressor. We blew any water out of these little holes here for the screws where these things go. What we're gonna do now is, see, we put the screws in here. We're gonna take some Varsol, we're gonna pour it in there, we're gonna clean these spotless. And once they're all nice and clean and dry, we're gonna take some thread lock and we're gonna put it on those little bolts, because if one of those unscrews while you're driving, it could honestly blow your motor. So we're gonna put this on the bolts before we tighten those. So that's the plan. Okay, so these just go in here like this, obviously. So I don't know the torque specs for these. There probably isn't any, but you just snug them up tight with the lock tight. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we're moving on. Okay, guys, so everything's good to go here. So now we grab our nice brand new gasket. See, it's got these type of things on it. So that goes in like so. You actually can't put it in wrong. There's like little grooves there. So I mean, you just go around like this. You put it on. Really nothing to it. Okay, so you're one step away from putting this on now. Okay, guys, so we're basically ready to put this cover on. For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to show you the front cover. The back cover, you'll have to just do the same steps. So you need some black RTV silicone, and that basically only goes in these little cutout spots. Like, you're just going to put some in here, and that's it. It doesn't call for anywhere else. So I'm going to do that right now and show you what that looks like. Okay, see, just like that, we put some on there and put some on there. Okay, let's get this cover on. So the one with the oil fill obviously goes on the front. We got our gasket in. Okay, she's ready. Okay, guys, here it goes. Okay, once you got this thing finger tight, you just gotta move it around, make sure it's sitting right. And now you're gonna tighten it in like a cross pattern, a little bit at a time. So they want it at 89 inch pounds, not foot pounds, inch pounds. So, I mean, you can just tighten these, you know, like on your own. If you got a feel for bolts, my torque wrench doesn't even go that low. So basically you just tighten these up and that's it. Just don't over tighten them, but they do go pretty tight. See, just cross pattern like this. Okay guys, so once you're tightening these in a cross pattern, they do come to an end eventually. So see, you tighten them, then they come to an end. So once you get to the end, you know, it's 89 inch-pounds, but that's very little. So you can feel it out. Just basically, they come to an end, you snug them up a little bit. Come to an end, snug it up. Come to an end, snug it up. And that's it, guys. And this is done. Just like that. Now it's not gonna leak oil anymore. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the other side on, put it all together. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and then we're gonna move on to these fuel rails here. I'll show you how to change the O-rings, how to put it on, tighten it, everything. So that'll be next. Okay guys, so I mean, everything's on. It looks super good, both sides. Super duper happy with that. So the only thing you gotta be careful with now is you don't want to drop anything in these holes. So that's what you got to be careful with. Okay, so looking at this thing now, see, like up close, it's pretty dirty just from, you know, life, right? So what you got to do is you grab an old rag or a sock. You grab some Varsol, which is like a mild paint thinner. You put it on the sock like so. And you go wipe. See, just like that. And that will get everything off. Really not much to it. See, look at the difference from that to that. So I'm gonna do that to all of them. Then we're gonna grab another clean sock and give it another wipe and another one. And we're just gonna wipe it till there's nothing, no more rocks on this thing. Okay, now we got a perfectly clean sock. Just wiping it some more. And I mean, these are starting to look great, guys. Okay, guys, now to get these O-rings off here, you take a little wee screwdriver, like so. Boom, just like that. And like if you stretch this out a little bit, it's hard to tell on camera, but there's little wee cracks in it. See, look, can you see that? I don't know. That's why it's time for a new one, guys. Okay, so now you take your sock and you clean all the little rocks and crap out of this crevice here. Just like that. And once you're happy with it, see, just like that. Okay, let's put the new one on, guys. Okay, there we have a nice brand new one. Really nothing to putting these on. You just kind of roll them on. There you go. Okay, so we're gonna do that to all of these now. Okay, I'll show you when it's all done. Okay guys, so I figured it might be worth mentioning. So here's the old ones. See, one even broke. They're really, really dry. Here's the new ones. So these came with our head gasket kit. And I mean, it comes with a lot of different things. See, there's a bag of O-rings here. So you could mix it up and think it's these ones. The way you can tell which ones it is because there's only 6 of matching ones. And they're basically the same size as the old ones. The old ones swell up a little bit, so they almost seem a little bit bigger. They were in this pack with the thermostat, O-ring, and a few other ones. Anyways, figured I'd mention that. Okay guys, so I got all these on. They're all perfectly clean. So that simply just goes in here. When we cleaned our intake manifold, we cleaned those with pipe cleaner like this when we had it off. Probably a good idea if you have it off to clean those. Okay, I'll show you how that goes on now. Okay guys, so in order to get these in, you could use dielectric grease or you could use Vaseline. And what you gotta do is you gotta take some on your fingers like so. And you gotta put it all around here like that. You get it? If you don't do that, it'll never slide in. So you do that to all of them. Just like that. Okay, so now that those have that Vaseline on them or dielectric grease, I wouldn't really use like oil because it can kind of dry those out and then they'll have the same problem again. See these, you line them up and they will just slide right in. Boom, see, look at that, how easy that was. Okay, and then you just grab your 2 little bolts and you just snug those up tight. Don't worry about torque specs, just tighten them up and you're good to go, guys. So that's how you install your fuel injectors, guys. Thanks for watching Problem Solver Garage. If this video helped you out, make sure you subscribe and also check out my other videos on this van. I got a head gasket video and I got a intake manifold video. Check it out. The links will be in the description. Thanks, guys. I love Problem Solver Garage.